And welcome back to The Factor Uncensored. Backpage.com, you remember them, has been dark for quite some time now. And we have been covering this with this attorney for years here on The Factor Uncensored. Now, the FBI shut down the website back in 2018. Michael Lacey and James Larkin and other employees have been charged with facilitating prostitution. You're looking at them there. Accused of knowingly selling ads for sex on the former site, and it was blatant. But there's a new fight to make them pay back the millions they once profited from. Attorney Annie McAdams is here with a major decision from the courts this week. Glad to see you. We have been covering this together for more than 3 years now.
Yes, absolutely. I can't believe it's been 3 years.
Yeah, a long time. So what's the latest from the courts now?
Our clients had a very big win from the Texas Supreme Court on Friday, where one of the tech companies that was supporting Backpage, Salesforce, was actually denied their mandamus, which is an appeal, and our clients are now able to proceed on the merits to trial. So it has been over a 3-year fight to get this opinion. We have fought the motion to dismiss at every level, with a win at the trial court, with a win at the First Court of Appeals, and now at the Texas Supreme Court.
No, it's been over 3 years. Let's lay it out.
Sure.
Why did you decide as an attorney to go after Backpage.com and many of its partners that it works with?
Well, I can tell you it wasn't an easy decision. It was one that I actually said no to for quite a while. And one of the things that was so surprising is when I was talking to some of the criminal defense lawyers and I was looking at these compelled prostitution cases, these human trafficking cases, there was one thing that tied them all together, and that was social media. And I think early on we knew that the state of the law could not sustain itself. It no longer served the public. We had to do something. We had to step in and try and actually change the status of the law.
And sometimes many people think of prostitution as something that's willing, you're a willing participant, but not always. No. And what did you find in your investigation into Backpage.com and many of its subsidiaries or partners that worked with it?
You know, I will tell you that social media and Backpage actually lit human trafficking on fire in this country. It used to be something that people would have to go out and seek, whether it was leave their homes, go to a bar, go out into the streets to buy sex. Now they could just order it online from their hotel room.
And then there was the actual physical paper, page after, I remember seeing it, page after page after page.
And you bring up an excellent point. I mean, this is something that went from paper to the internet. But one thing that stood out to us is how did something from the newspaper get so big, become a global force in human trafficking? We knew that there had to be something else, that it wasn't just these 3 guys that started this newspaper. And that's when our investigation led to find Salesforce, one of the biggest, brightest tech companies in the country, was actually supporting and facilitating Backpage's.
And how was, define their role for us, for those who are not clear. When you talk about Salesforce, what was their complicit nature in this, for the lack of a better term, scheme?
At the time that Salesforce first started doing business with Backpage, Backpage was already a notorious sex trafficker. Every governor, every attorney general in the country had already started to write letters. Congress started to investigate. Salesforce came in because Backpage was looking for a marketing company that was going to help them build and grow their business. How are they going to be able to target new users? How are they going to develop new users and continue to track and grow? And that's where Salesforce stepped in. And
for the victims out there, and I'm sure you've had a chance to speak to some of them, how are they now? Have many of them left that industry? Have they been able to escape? What's their condition now? All of our courageous survivors that are fighting this fight have been able to escape that life. And that's, you use survivors and not a victim. That's exactly right. Unfortunately, we do have some parents that do have children that were killed in human trafficking, and so we do have some that we do call victims. But these survivors came to us, and I can't be any more clear. This case isn't about us. I know a lot of people want to say, wow, these are great legal decisions that have happened. It really isn't about us. This case belongs to the clients, the survivors, the families that have sat here for 3.5 years and been brave enough to tell their story. And it goes beyond that. It goes to the legislators. I mean, we live in a state where the governor and the legislature have stepped out and been more aggressive than any other state in this country against human trafficking. And now we see the courts backing up all of this progress with these decisions. Now, After this decision, what's next?
We come back and we go to trial on the merits. So we will be in discovery. So the fight is not over. We still have several stages, many depositions to take, and hopefully a trial date in 2023.
A win, a battle, but you haven't won the war yet.
Yeah.
All right, Annie McAdams, good to see you.
Good to see you.
And thank you for the work that you do here in the community. Still ahead.